The show that's been on air since 1989, filled with comedy, satire, and endless jokes. Everyone grew up with it, thinking it was just harmless fun. But there's a story that's whispered among die-hard fans. A story about a lost episode from season 1. One that was never aired, never archived, and that the creators refused to even acknowledge. They call it Dead Bart. I first heard of it years ago, at a fan convention. People were talking quietly about how Fox doesn't count all the episodes properly, how there's a gap in the production codes, and it's because of this one episode. I didn't think much of it at first. Lost episodes exist in every long-running show, right? But the deeper I dug, the more disturbing it became. Everyone I asked, animators, fans, even people who claimed to know the crew, would go cold when I said the words, Dead Bart. Some would get angry, some would flat out refuse to talk, and one person, well, he would shake. From what I pieced together, the episode was written entirely by Matt Groening. During production of season 1, something changed. He became unusually quiet, withdrawn. People noticed, but no one wanted to talk about it. I first heard the story directly at an event where David Silverman was speaking. Someone in the crowd asked about the missing episode, and he just left, abruptly. Stage lights flickered, the audience murmured, the presentation ended hours early. Later, I managed to follow Matt Groening after another panel. I thought I might get a friendly autograph, but when I mentioned Dead Bart, all the colour drained from his face. He started trembling, his hands shaking. He scribbled something on a piece of paper and handed it to me. His voice was barely a whisper. Never, ever mention this. On that paper was a website address. I hesitated, but curiosity got the better of me. I entered the URL into my browser. The screen went completely black, except for a single line of yellow text. Below it was a download link. I clicked the link immediately. My computer went haywire. Files scrambled, lights flickered, strange noises echoed through my speakers. I tried system restore, nothing worked. I had to completely wipe the machine. But before that, I managed to copy the file onto a CD, and when I opened it, it was the episode. The episode started like any other. The animation quality was poor, jittery, like early production frames, but worse. Homer seemed angrier. Marge looked depressed. Lisa was anxious, and Bart had real hatred in his eyes. The family goes on a plane trip. Bart, as usual, is fooling around, but as the plane takes off, he breaks a window and is sucked out mid-air. Act 1 ends on a shot of Bart's corpse, barely recognizable, drawn in almost photorealistic style. Act 2 is unbearable. Homer, Marge, and Lisa sit at a table crying. The crying goes on and on. Their faces start to blur and stretch. Backgrounds decay. Murmuring voices echo faintly, and shadowy faces flicker outside the windows. In Act 3, a year has passed. The family is skeletal, the home decrepit. Springfield is deserted. When they arrive at Bart's grave, his body is lying there exactly as it was at the end of Act 1. The camera lingers on Homer's face. Supposedly he tells a joke here, but you cannot hear it. The zoom out reveals tombstones of every Simpsons guest star. Dates of deaths are displayed, including people who are still alive today. The final shot shows the family on their couch, drawn in hyper-realistic, lifeless detail, with Bart's corpse in the center. Credits are handwritten, silent, almost too real. After watching it, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't erase the images from my mind. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized the tombstones could be used to predict deaths of future guest stars. But there's something off. Not all the dates match. Some are impossible. I've never uploaded a file and I've never shared it online. The experience felt alive. Watching it felt like touching something forbidden. Something that Matt Groening, David Silverman, and the entire Fox team have tried to bury for decades. So if you ever hear about Dead Bart, or stumble upon a black webpage with yellow text, do not download it. Some things are meant to stay forgotten. I should have listened.